Hello, my name is Kelly. In this episode, let's talk about the latest progress of artificial intelligence in basic mathematics. If you study mathematics in India, there's a high probability that your mathematics teacher will ask you to watch a movie made in 2015 called The Man Who Knew Infinity. This was a British film based on a true story. It described the legendary but short life of Ramanujan, a talented mathematician in India. Why mention him? Because a project named Remanujan machine supported by the mysterious Google X Lab was named after him. The Remanujan machine used artificial intelligence to automatically generate mathematical conjectures about constants. Here I want to ask you, do you think intuition can be simulated by artificial intelligence? With this question in mind, let me briefly introduce Ramanujan. Ramanujan was a vegetarian. He died at the age of 32 due to chronic malnutrition and liver parasites. He wrote 4,000 formulas in his life, mostly about mathematical constants. What do these formulas look like? Do you have a headache when you look at these formulas? What is a mathematical constant? For example, pi is a constant, which is a ratio of the circumference of any circle to the diameter of the circle, about 3.1415926. This seems simple, but the reason why pi could be calculated depends on the accumulation of mathematicians over the past hundreds of years. Ramanujan was born in a desolate Brahmin caste family. Due to living conditions, after finishing junior high school, he did not enter the university because his grades in other subjects except math were very poor. He worked as a clerk in an accounting firm. In his spare time, he concentrated on researching a book, Summary of Pure Mathematics and Applied Science. He could deduce every formula and the promotion and modification of formulas in the book, and then publish paper in Indian academics journals. Later, he was invited by Hardy, a professor of mathematics at the University of Cambridge, to study at the Trinity College in Cambridge. In 1918, he became the member of the Royal Society, and later became an academician of Trinity College. But Ramanujan's life and study at Cambridge were not smooth at that time, because his mathematical research depended entirely on intuition and conjecture. Many professors in the mathematics department could not read his notes. When they asked him how to derive those complicated formulas, he replied, "It was God's guidance." So during his stay in Cambridge, he was questioned. Throughout history, there were only a handful of top scientists in the pyramid of science, because great scientists rely heavily on their talents. The Remanujan machine project was launched in 2019. On February 3, 2021, an article generating conjectures on fundamental constants with the Ramanujan machine was published in Nature magazine. Now I will answer the question of whether artificial intelligence can simulate mathematical intuition. The answer is yes. In fact, the mathematician Gauss often guessed the pi ratio by intuition, and this took Gauss' entire life. How long did the artificial intelligence simulation take? In just a few hours, the Ramanujan machine had discovered all the pi-related formulas that Gauss discovered in his life, as well as a large number of formulas that other mathematicians could not guess. You may ask, what is the use of this machine? Throughout the development of mankind, practical applications have emerged one after another, mostly using scientific and technological means to improve the efficiency of solving practical problems. But the breakthroughs in basic science are very limited. Most of the breakthroughs stem from the intuition and speculation of a very handful geniuses, such as Newton and Einstein. If artificial intelligence can simulate the intuition of these geniuses, It is equivalent to helping us create countless geniuses. It also helps human scientists to overcome the shortcomings of human nature. For example, some scholars focus on publishing papers to gain reputation without paying attention to the actual value of their research. If the level of basic research is greatly improved, there will be more applications based on these conjectures in the future. Do you want to participate in the Remanujan machine project? There are 3 ways you can participate in these projects. Number 1, if you don't have time to participate, you can contribute your computer's computing power when you are not using it. Let your computer discover new conjectures. If this conjecture was made on your computer, it will be named after you. Number 2, if you're engaged in mathematical research, you can prove any conjecture discovered by the Ramanujan machine, and the formula will be named after you. Number 3, if you have time to code, you can propose or develop an algorithm to explore new mathematical structures. Then you can name the algorithm by your own name. If you're interested in the Remanujan machine project, I listed the specific information in my blog.